Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges, and Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and fun. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying productive? At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, has been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. Trello keeps everyone on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com.
Scarpins Avenue.
Dan and Ran and Jay will share tales of folks so unaware they lack in grace and sometimes choose the life they choose will make the news. Breaking down each epic fail in Florida, there's half-price bail. I'm happy to say they couldn't make this up. So listen to our podcast jam with co-host Arn and Dan. Bender, don't be a jerk, cause when the music hits, the funny hits, and we are gonna take you down. Stick around. Make a sound, hunker down, it's Dumb People Town.
Hey, Townies, welcome to a Friday episode of Dumb People Town. Population you. Population Feltface. Randy
God.
Feltface. How are you, buddy?
I'm so good. It's so great to be here.
You don't have to eat the microphone,
Thank
man.
you so much for having me.
All
Right,
right, Jesus.
Dude, I'm a professional. Look at you.
Dude,
It's been so long since last we met, gentlemen.
So we met Randy Feltface at the Montreal Comedy Festival, and he roasted like a champion.
I roasted. I did some roasting.
You look like you've been roasted. I mean, if
like-
you look at the
you look
color
like a
of your
bit
skin,
of
a burn victim, but
Yes,
you know
but
it's fine.
It's the UV rays in Australia. I'm
You
very
gotta put-
close to the hole in the ozone layer. I get fried every time I leave the house.
But you got to put sunscreen on. I mean, especially with no hair on the top of your head.
I know.
And you got Dan's haircut, Dan Van Kirk's
know.
haircut.
Dan Van
I
Kirk.
do. Me
roll.
and Dan, we took
We look
notes
good
before
together.
the show. We
Yes.
compared trends.
I want Randy Feltface to grow a beard.
I
Right?
can't. I've tried.
What? You can't get the
It
connectors?
comes out like a blue sort of fuzz.
Yeah,
It
you don't
looks
want that.
weird.
Well, here, let me ask you this because
Ask me it.
I'm going to ask it
I
to
feel
you.
like I'm not. Can I move? Can
Yeah,
you make the
I'll
mic look? There.
Yeah.
There we go. Check.
Okay,
Now
okay,
we're two.
there we go. Ooh,
Yeah,
that
great.
sounds good.
want it to turn.
All right,
Okay.
so Rand, here's my
Randy.
question. Rand, my
Randy.
question to you is:
Randall.
do you believe the world's getting dumber?
Yes.
Right?
Come from a different
Without
part of the
question.
world. Yes.
Oh, it's global.
Does
Thank
the
you.
Not
dumb,
just here.
Does the dumb in Australia go in the opposite direction? That's my question.
It
Like
does.
a toilet. It
yeah,
goes
it
the
does.
other way.
Down there, stupid people push on pull doors, whereas here they pull on push doors.
Thank you. Okay, I'm glad
So
you
it
had the
does.
guts
I
to
just had
actually say that
I
out.
had to say it.
said
Someone had to say it.
Thank you, Randy.
Who's pushing the pull doors?
I'll tell you who's pushing the pull doors. Australians. All right, so let's get into a story
People in
because
this
we
town.
have you here. We've got a story, and our friends are.
Is it from Florida?
We maybe.
I don't
What is
know
the
yet.
Florida? Is it Adelaide? Is that the Florida? Is that the Florida?
Adelaide is the Florida of the world.
Is that where Yummy Mummies takes place?
Oh God,
My
I don't even
frickin'
know what
kid-
that is.
You don't know what Yummy Mummies is?
Is it some sort of podcast?
No, Yummy Mummies is essentially like the Real Housewives of Orange County or something like
Okay,
that.
right.
They're just the Real Housewives of Atlanta
So
or
it's
something,
something
like that.
Jason likes.
All right, okay.
See, this
so-
is good. I'm glad I don't know what that is.
All right, well, you no longer know what, but we're going to get into this right now.
Let's do
because
it.
This
it's
was
dumb
sent
people.
in by Jordan Bolt at JW Bolt. BOLDT. Bold T.
Bold.
Bold T.
JW Bold T.
Bold.
All right, ready?
Yep.
JW, what do you got?
Police called Joe Williams last month. This comes to us from OregonLive.com.
So this is Oregon.
Yeah.
Oregon also, by the way, Randy Feltface, they
Like Florida.
like Florida, they release their police blotter, meaning they let you know what's going on, where some states don't.
Yeah. Release the police
And
blotter.
do they? How often do they release it? Is it a daily block?
It's a full release.
like
yeah.
full
It's a
block release.
Happy ending, so to
Oh
speak.
my
Full
God.
Not a lot of
release.
happy
All right,
endings, but-
Dan, give it to us.
Police called Joe Williams. That sounds like a fake name.
Joe Williams.
Yep.
Yeah.
Last month to tell him his 1995 Jeep Cherokee reported stolen a week before had been found idling on a residential street in northeast Portland.
Still running.
Okay.
That's what's weird to me.
Still running, Randy.
After a week,
A 1995 car.
still running.
After
a week.
After a week.
It's a Jeep,
Okay.
baby.
Well, let me
All right.
just say this. Was his first thought Joe Williams? Is that what it is?
Yep.
Joe Williams. Was his
Which, by the way, it feels like he's missing a first name before Joe.
Joe
Yes,
Beth-
Bobby Joe Williams.
Bobby Joe, Billy Joe,
Billy
Billy
Joe
Joe.
Williams.
Beautiful baby Joe Williams.
Frankie Joe Williams.
Frankie Joe Williams.
Frankie Joe Williams from Portland.
Did he think that his first thought is a ghost? Right, a ghost is driving.
Ghost
this
took
car.
my
The
car.
ghost is still behind the wheel,
The
right?
ghost behind the
Or
wheel.
my car is a ghost.
Or Jesus was behind the
Ricky
wheel.
Joe Williams, the country music singer. His album is called "The Ghost Behind the Wheel."
There you go. There
Also,
it is.
how great that you steal a car and when you're done with it, you leave it ready to go for the next thief. You're like, keys in,
it's like,
engine on.
just keep
Someone
it
else
idling.
take it now.
This
It's
is
the
like
definition of turnkey.
It's like not paying for your, like ending your bird ride. You pull it over and you let the next person take
Do
the
they
ride
have
on
bird
you.
scooters in Australia, Randy?
The little ones that you
Yeah,
just
you
get
can-
on and
yeah,
lime scooters.
Do you take
Lime,
those?
yeah,
Do you
yeah,
take
Lime.
those?
Yeah, I take them everywhere.
You
I've
do.
got the legs for it. I
You
just get
do
on
have
and
the legs
zip
for it.
around all
Yeah,
over the
exactly.
place.
I know.
They are that is why that's the perfect crystallization of how we've become stupider
Yeah.
as a people. Free scooters because they're in Brisbane in Australia, very hilly, very hilly,
very
place.
Very hilly. The San
People
Francisco of
just
Australia.
eating
Just
shit,
just crushing each other down.
constantly face grinding
Yep.
on
Fa-
footpaths.
Face grinding on footpaths, which is the
free.
name of your new album.
Yes.
Yeah, face
And
grinding.
also, no helmets. No one ever is like, you know what? I'm going to get on this scooter, but I better take out a helmet.
Well, this is the thing in Australia: helmets are compulsory, but not for the scooters.
Yeah.
Right, you can just
That you can ride at like
Yeah.
50 mile an hour
with a baby in a Bjorn.
with a baby in a Bjorn
And just let it-
one on the back
Thank you.
and a ghost behind the wheel.
And a ghost behind the wheel.
Oh my god!
So what
Hey,
happened to
is
this
there a-
freaking car?
Yeah, is there a part two? Thank you. Thank you. Thank
The
you. That's
suspected
much better.
thieves left behind some curious odds and ends the Jeep owner would discover.
Yes, they did.
A large stuffed bear, a
Okay.
tattoo gun, ink and rubber gloves, and a portable cell phone charger.
What is
tattoo
happening?
gun. A tattoo gun? Is that like in case you need
Tattoo
to
gun,
quickly give
ink,
someone a tattoo?
Tattoo gun. That's just what they call
That's
it.
what they
okay.
call it.
Tattoo
yeah.
gun.
You don't have any
ink, and
tattoos,
rubber
Randy.
gloves.
I'm inkless.
If you got a tattoo,
face tattoo, full face tat
it would be of your face on your face.
on the back of my head of my eyeballs.
Of your
So you-
actual face.
Yeah.
That's
Like
actually-
my face on the back of my head.
You have a
Please
very
do.
tattooable head. I'm
I
going to
do.
say that.
It's
a lot of surface
rotund.
area.
Yes.
a lot of surface area.
Dan,
You
a
could go
teddy-
at me with a Sharpie and it would never come off.
Nice. A teddy bear, Dan?
Yes.
Teddy bear. So they went to the fair.
Uh-huh.
They won a bear.
Went to the fair, won a bear, got a tattoo.
On route to tattoo, perhaps.
Right.
Started
Get a gun.
an apprenticeship where they got the gun, the ink, and the rubber gloves.
Out of all of those things, I think they were most inconvenienced by losing their phone charger. You
Right.
can
It's just
tell-
like you're just irresponsible.
Yeah.
You're irresponsible thieves.
That's 40.
And
That's a $40
So
mistake.
you know, by the way, this guy's phone was in charge for a week.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It was like, oh, as soon as it runs out, there's nothing I can do.
a quote here, and some crazy tools like the ones you'd use to break into cars, said Williams, 55, who lives in southeast Portland's Richmond neighborhood with his family.
Well, that doesn't add up.
No, it does not.
The alleged prowlers, it turns out, also found a disposable camera the family had long forgotten about in the glove box.
Here
It's
comes some pictures
1995.
of some assholes.
Yeah.
So they snapped a couple pictures of themselves
Nope.
during the escapades. You are dumb.
Of
Yeah.
their faces?
I
Yeah.
love that in a 1995 Jeep.
Just selfies?
Yes.
Oh,
And
dummies.
left the camera?
Yes.
Oh, this gets better.
They're idiots.
There was marijuana involved.
Probably.
Portland.
Do you think?
Portland.
Maybe.
That turned out to be a problem.
Yeah.
Because they neglected to take the camera with them when they ditched the car,
Oh,
engine
my
running,
God.
heater and windshield wipers on.
Oh, my God.
Why are they leaving the car like this?
Well,
Was
here's the
it
deal.
cold and rainy?
Maybe.
It's Portland.
Portland.
It's
I
Portland.
mean-
But here's what I'm going to say.
Okay.
You cannot get film developed anywhere anymore. You just can't. It's
Right.
like if you go to a drugstore or somewhere, you
No.
can't get it. So maybe they thought no one's ever going to see these pictures.
There was definitely someone in the car saying,
Yeah.
"Just leave it. They'll
no
never
one's gonna
develop
take it.
it."
How are they
didn't
going to
care about
develop
this one.
it?
Remember the old day when you
have to take it?
with the white, have to wind it and then
Yeah.
hold the orange.
Yes.
and orange
Hold
light
the thing
turns.
down.
Yes.
Did
and
you
so-
have to go to the chemist or the pharmacy?
Yeah,
you go to the pharmacy and get them-
Yes.
and they would do it.
They
But
would
now, like
love
no pharmacy has like a thing that can develop.
Nobody has a
its own.
dark room anymore unless you're like a serial killer.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We're going to find out what happened to the photos. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Stick around, make a sound. There's more People Town.
It's a trying time that challenges all of our basic assumptions. However, one thing that brings us all together is our common humanity. Now, more than ever, teams must come together and work together to solve big challenges. And Trello is here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format. Plus, tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Teams of all shapes and sizes and companies like Google, Fender, and even Costco all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. With Trello, you can work with your team wherever you are, whether it's at home or in an office. No matter what device you're using, computer, tablet, or phone, Trello syncs across all of them, so you can stay up to date on all the things your team cares about. Keep your workflow going from wherever you are with Trello. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com. Working remotely can be a challenge, especially for teams that are new to it. How do you deal with your work environment being the same as home while staying connected and productive? And then there's your newest coworker, the cat. Well, your friends at Trello have been powering remote teams globally for almost a decade. At a time when teams must come together more than ever to solve big challenges, Trello's here to help. Trello, part of Atlassian's collaborative suite, is an app with an easy-to-understand visual format, plus tons of features that make working with your team functional and just plain fun. Trello keeps everyone organized and on the same page, helping teams communicate, focus, and connect. Teams of all shapes and sizes at companies like Google, Fender, Costco, and likely your favorite neighborhood coffee shop all use Trello to collaborate and get work done. Try Trello for free and learn more at Trello.com. That's Trello.com. Trello.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to Dumb People Town. We got Randy Feltface here. Before we get back in and find out what happened to the photos, that
Where
were taken
is Randy
with those-
Feltface performing?
Where can we
Oh
see
my
you?
God.
Where can we catch you?
I'm doing
Like-
a show at Dynasty Typewriter.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
love it there.
In November.
Nice.
When does this go out? Is this
This
live?
This is not live.
I'm on tonight.
No, not
damn
on
it.
tonight.
So this is so Dynasty Typewriter, do you know the day?
24th of November. It's a
Okay.
Sunday.
Okay.
You know what? Tickets are selling like hotcakes.
I bet they are.
By the way,
and
this guy is so fun. And
right
so
around
fun to watch.
Thanksgiving, if you get your tickets now, you will be thankful.
Yes.
that you got
Tickets.
tickets.
It's the week before Thanksgiving because Thanksgiving's so late this year, which I'm
really
so
is.
invested in because I've never celebrated Thanksgiving in my
It's
life.
there's really nothing for you to be
But,
thankful for.
Yeah, I don't thank anyone.
No.
It's a
Nothing.
surprise because I
You're
think
the
of you as a
least-
jive turkey.
Yeah.
I don't know what
You're
that
the
means.
least gracious puppet I've ever met.
I am very, and I do have a turkey-like neck.
You
Look
do
at
have
it.
a turkey neck.
Touch it
Turkey
with your
neck.
face.
Gobble.
Or you, yeah.
Oh, that's sweet.
Cute.
That worked well on a
If
podcast.
I told you what that smelled like, Randy,
what would it smell like?
Desperation.
Feltface.
This is a new game. Welcome back to What Does Randy's Neck Smell Like?
desperation,
Yep.
Cheetos,
Yep.
broken dreams.
Okay. I mean, that's what
Williams.
we expected. Was it anything that we didn't expect?
Dan, go.
All right, back
Desperation
to the story.
and
Go to
broken
danielvankirk.com. I'm going to be where you are. Go to
Bad
superscholars.com.
combo.
They're going to be where you are too. Come see all of us.
That's right.
And October 13th, if this is around then, we should see you in New York.
Yep.
Here we go. Williams said his teenage children found the camera after he got the Jeep back and they were cleaning it out. They took the film to Fred Meyer to be developed.
Freddie Meyer.
Yeah.
Well, it's not a guy. It's a
Freddie
story.
Meyer, the
It's-
photo guy.
No,
Yep.
it's a
Not-
story.
it's
It was a guy to start with.
It was a
It
guy.
Fred Meyer was the guy to start.
Surely.
Yeah, he was.
What an
So
idea,
he's
too. You
still a
create
guy.
your business. You're like, what do you want to call this store?
My
name.
Me. And then
I'm going to call my store Randy Feltface. What are we going to sell?
Everything.
everything,
Right.
desperation. And years from now, people will
Dream
go,
catchers.
Randy Feltface isn't a person, it's a
It's
shop.
a
shop.
store.
It is
no,
a
it
chain
was
store.
a person.
It was a person.
It was a person.
He was desperate.
Well, they took it
And
to Fred
now
Meyer
it's-
thinking they'd unearth a few old gems just of their family.
Yeah.
They came home from Freddy's and said, Dad, you won't believe what we found on the camera. Here
The
we go.
Blair Witch.
One photo.
God.
One photo showed a tattooed and dark-haired man in the driver's seat drinking what appears to be a fountain soda or 7-Eleven Slurpee. A second man
Not
sits
a White
behind.
Claw?
They're just taking Candids.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
White Claw.
Should've
White
been a
Claws.
No
White
laws
Claws
with the
all the
claw.
way around.
You drinking White Claws these days? Randy?
It's chilling.
All right.
It's chilling.
Okay,
Sorry,
fine.
I was
So-
just obsessing about them going to the 7-Eleven in the stolen car.
How
I know.
about
getting those pictures back, Randy, from Fred Meyer, and you're just looking through and expecting to see it, and then you see other people in
Terrifying.
your picture. Terrifying.
Other photos.
Although that used to happen.
Yeah.
Occasionally you would get one
somebody
snap.
else's.
Remember
in
at
there.
weddings, they used to
someone's-
have disposable cameras at the tables at weddings in the 90s.
Yes.
And
People
then
would go
everybody
wild.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
and you
That's
wanted
a
to see
thing
those.
again now.
Yeah,
Is it?
That's
is?
back.
Oh, that
It's
would be
back
fun.
in
That's actually
Vogue
kind of fun.
Yeah,
Thanks,
I like
guys,
that.
for
Sure,
constantly
we wanna set
correcting
you
my
up.
mic.
Another
Look.
photo was a selfie of a blonde-haired woman, mouth agape. You don't even know how to take a photo.
Hang on.
About
Amused-
to do what?
I don't, just screaming into the camera. Amused, Williams
I don't know if
posted the
she's screaming.
photographs to the social networking site Nextdoor, which is
Because
just
everyone's on that.
So let me
Nextdoor-
tell you what
Nextdoor
Nextdoor.com is. Nextdoor.com is the place where people who have too much time complain about things that shouldn't be complained about.
Okay. For example,
For
like
example,
what?
in my neighborhood, someone said that there was a chicken, Randy, a chicken walking across the street, a very disoriented chicken that was walking across the street.
Just
Now,
setting up a joke.
so this is the truth. My wife who felt the need to respond, and I was like, "Do not. You're
Don't
just
get
going to bring
into
a
that
ring
fray.
and do not."
You're getting into a
She
bad place.
said. She asked, "How funky was that chicken?"
And now, why would she ask
Which
that?
I actually think is a really funny thing.
She didn't say to get
And then
to the other
someone
side?
else said, "No, not to get the other." And then someone else responded. This is how they don't have a sense of humor, Randy, on Nextdoor.com. The person wrote back and said, "That is a real chicken with real problems and suffering from real things."
What?
To which we read that, and my oldest daughter put that quote up on our
Quote board.
Our quote board in
your
So
house.
in my house, on my refrigerator, it says that is a real chicken with real problems and real issues.
Great.
Woman on Nextdoor.com.
Well, this guy said, quote, does anyone recognize these Einsteins? Great joke. Several people in the neighborhood thought they did, Williams said. However, he does not plan to provide the photographs to police or pursue the case any further. He got his truck back and he doesn't care. That's also dumb people, Tom. We're like,
That is-
whatever, I got
Wait a
it.
minute.
What are they going to do?
I
Come
got
back
it.
and steal it again?
The Jeep's
Yeah.
older than
Maybe.
dirt, Williams said. When I bought my new car, I was going to trade it in. How much do you guys think that the dealer offered him for a 1995 Jeep Wrangler?
$65.58.
All right, what would you say, Randy?
Me?
Yes.
All right, I'm
Yeah,
going to
we
say
already
They
got
both
two
called Randy.
Randy's
It's
here.
so
Both called
Randy
Randy.
Sklar or Jason Sklar?
Jay, you go.
I'm going to say he offered him $400.
Okay.
Do you really think it's $65?
Come on,
Randy?
give your real guess.
I thought this was a comedy podcast.
It is,
I
but
picked
you
a
wanted-
funny number. All right, I
did.
want to win.
You got the laugh. Now get the real
Now
guess.
do the real number.
$350.
Okay,
$350.
All
I
right.
said $400.
I think
Oh, did you?
$720.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you guys ready for this?
Hit me.
Because when he took his Jeep to get traded in when he wanted his new car, the total amount offered by the dealership
Was.
get your answers in now, Tom.
It has to be low enough
Wherever
that
you
he
are,
didn't
right.
want to take the money.
Right.
So maybe, Randy, you were right the
I was
first
right
time.
the first time. Shit.
Randy, well, okay.
I
we're
got
gonna-
pressured into
Here's-
changing my answer.
No.
Randy, if it's
Because
close
it-
to 65, we'll give it to you.
Yeah,
Because
you give me
Randy-
65?
Let me just say this. Because, Randy, you feel like two people, I'm going to give it as...
You get two guesses.
That's right, two
All right.
guesses. So
Okay.
you get the 65 and the 350.
The total
Thank you. I
amount
feel so welcome on this
of dollars
podcast. You're bending
offered
the rules.
by the dealership for the Jeep Wrangler is $65. Swear to God.
Oh, my God.
I swear on my grandfather's
Oh, my
grave.
God.
65.
We just got owned by a puppet.
We just
Randy.
got
Yeah.
felt-faced.
We
Can
just
you
got
edit
Feltface.
out when I changed my answer later?
No, but
You
we
didn't change it.
You
We
didn't
gave
change
you
it.
both.
We
I didn't. I
gave
still
you
got both.
Your
Yes.
Your
initial guess.
answer.
So what do I get? What's my prize?
You just
Joy
Do I get
and
the
knowledge.
tattoo
just
done?
knowledge that you understand the world of the dumb better than any of us.
Can I
Get out
have
of
the
here.
glove? Can I get the glove that was left in the car? The
can get
rubber glove.
the glove and the tattoo
ink?
gun and the
just
ink.
the glove.
Just the ink.
We'll get
and the
out of
glove.
here on this. It's
Yeah.
one of those things where we've had it so long. That's he's talking about the car. The kids grew up with it, so now it's part of the family. William said
That sounds like a grandma.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
like part of the family that was then abducted, and now you don't know what happened in that week.
and you're
so,
not
like,
willing to punish the people that
That's
did
right.
it.
Right.
So you don't really care that much about it.
right. And this is what I love too. We'll leave it here. William said,
I can't believe you got
Got it
that right.
Yeah.
"How do you think I felt? I had to keep that in."
Dan,
And then
this is how good Dan
when
is.
you guys made
Dan-
Randy change, I couldn't then say one of you got it exactly right because he
No.
technically, and then he went on both.
Yes.
So I had to keep
What's
it all
wrong
in.
with us?
we
That
should
we
have
took
never
Randy
questioned
off his-
Randy Feltface.
All right.
William said he also planned, I love this last little thing. We'll get out of here on this. William said he also planned to keep the tattoo equipment left behind in the Jeep, but his wife didn't want it in the house. So, quote, so I left it on the front porch. Someone stole it. That's a story, friend.
Sounds like you got to move, bro. You're in a bad neighborhood.
Oh, my God. There you go.
There you go, Randy Feltface.
It has been so much fun being done with you people.
How can people follow you on social media? Is that
Randy Feltface on the Instagram, on the Facebook, on the I'm on Twitter, but I never tweet.
All right, so you never tweet.
Anyway.
So follow you on Instagram, Randy.
He's going to be in the UK. We have fans in the UK. He's going to be in Australia.
Yeah,
he will also be back here at Dynasty Typewriter on November 24th.
I think people are going to love you, and we'll have you back on this damn show.
Yes!
Yes, Randy Feltface, we love you. And oh shit, we got to get back to work.
Dum 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 dum. Stick around, make a sound, hunker down. It's Dumb People Town.
Scarpins Avenue, a podcast network.